Hello! In today's video I will show you how to make a slivovits. Before we go to the movie, remember that alcohol distillation in most countries is illegal. This film was made only for education purposes and the alcohol we get will never be consumed. We will need plums to prepare the slivovits wash. The best variety is Hungarian. We should not use fruit that is rotten or covered with mold. We get the best results from the fruit that have fallen from the trees because they contain the most sugar. However, in fact that not everyone has access to such fruits, I will make my wash with plums purchased from the store. We are starting the preparation of slivovits. The first thing to do is to truly wash and clean the plums from the dirt such as leaves, branches and uninvited guests called worms. In the comments, many people will immediately point out to me that we should not wash plums because there are yeast on their skin and there is no need to additionally add yeast. Yes, there are wild yeast on the fruit skin, but they are not very resistant to alcohol and completely unpredictable. Therefore, for the production of slivovits, I recommend adding a dedicated yeast for this, so that all our efforts are not wasted. After thorough cleaning and washing the plums, we need to crush them to extract their juice. With a small amount, it can be done by hand or using suitable kitchen accessories. A drill with a paint mixer will be perfect for a larger amount of plums. Galvanized or paint mixers should not be used. The best choice is a stainless steel material, so we start crushing the plums. After the plums are truly crushed, pour everything into fermentation containers and add the pectoenzyme. The pectoenzyme cuts the long sugar bonds present in the fruit and reduces the amount of methanol in the wash. At the same time, thanks to the use of pectoenzyme, our wash will become more fluid, which will help further work and increase efficiency. The pectoenzyme is dissolved in water following the instruction provided by the manufacturer visible on the packing. After dissolving, pour everything into the wash and mix thoroughly. The next step can be skipped and I usually skip it, but this time I decide to increase efficiency of the mash by adding sugar. From 100 kg of plums we will get 6 to 10 liters of alcohol with a strength of 50%. So to increase the mash efficiency and not lower the quality of the distillate, I decide to add only 5 kg of sugar to 100 kg of fruits. Dissolve sugar in water in a 1:1 ratio and after it is completely dissolved, pour it into the wash and mix thoroughly. Let's check the sugar content in our wash. As we can see, it is at the level of 18. That means in 100 ml of wash we have 18 grams of sugar. Finally, we can add yeast to the batch. You can buy yeast for fruit set which contain nutrient, vitamin, enzymes and microelements, or just use pure yeast. This time I will use wine yeast that comes from France. They will provide us with efficient fermentation and will also allow to enhance the characteristic aroma of the fruit from which the drink is made. Before adding yeast to the wash, you need to prepare it. Just follow the instruction attached to the packing. Hydrate the yeast in warm water for about 15 minutes, then pour it into the wash and mix thoroughly. Apart from sugar, yeast also need nitrogen and phosphorus compounds for their proper development. Thanks to the use of nutrient solution, we will obtain an appropriate multiplication of yeast, a quick start of fermentation, and full fermentation of sugar in the fruit. We dose the nutrient solution in 3 portions. But it all depends on the product you buy, so as a standard, I will say that the information can be found on the package. So let's add the first batch of nutrient solution to the slivovits. The final step is to add an anti-foaming agent. Slivovits during fermentation push the pulp of the fruit and seed upwards. Under normal conditions, we should flood this pulp every few hours, but this is connected with frequent trips to the fermenter and the possibility of contamination the wash. Therefore, for peace of mind, it is worth adding a few drops of anti-foam, which will not affect the taste of the final product in any way and will make our work much easier. When all the previous steps has been completed, we close the fermenter, install the fermentation tube and leave it for fermentation at the room temperature. Depending on the condition and yeast, fermentation may take from several days to 2 weeks. Personally, I don't use turbo yeast because the longer the wash is fermented, the more aromas will get into the final product. The progress of fermentation should always be monitored using a sugar meter. When sugar level drops to 0, our wash is ready for distillation. Before distilling, the plum wash should be filtrated to get rid of fruit residues, seeds and yeast sediment that is on the bottom of the fermenter. After this is done, the slivovitz is ready for distillation. If you do not know how the distillation process works, I invite you to watch my other videos in which I explain the entire process in detail. You can find the links to them in the description below this video. If you like the video, please leave the thumbs up and a comment. I also invite you to subscribe my channel. See ya!